we know about this. Okay, we know this stuff. So if suppose if you want to, if you want to automate the things, okay, if you want to automate the things, how the automation can be done, how the automation can be done. So BDC table control yesterday we have seen, correct? BDC table control part, we have seen like how to record, how to use, right? CTU parameters and all. CTU parameters, what's the use of CTU parameters? This also we have discussed. Params, how to handle the different screen on, how to handle a screen resolution on different desktop, how to handle the screen resolution on different computer. Okay, so you have seen that we have used that CTU params default size, right? This was the important. In interview they will ask, okay, in interview they will ask how to handle the screen resolution on different computer. Okay, so you'll have to tell default size. CTU parameter is having the default size, there you will have to mark X, and everywhere that this will be handled in this way. So everywhere the number of records, you have seen that somewhere it was coming 19, somewhere it was coming 17. So when I marked this as a default size, all right, it was coming everywhere 17, 17, 17. It was coming, correct? So CTU parameters is important. So our normal syntax to call the BDC was called transaction, right? The transaction name SM30 or whatever, any transaction using BDC and data, right? Mode, it can be this is the mode and update. This mode is the display mode. Okay, so display mode can be A or E or N. 3 types of display modes is there. One mode is also P, but I have never used that one. One mode is also P. P is mode. Okay, so I have not used this P, so I don't know more about this. Okay, and then the update. This AEN is the frequently used one. If you tell in an interview this AEN, that is sufficient. Okay, and update, there are 2 kinds of synchronous update and asynchronous update, S or A. So this is, and then messages into IT underscore message, and the type of the message is going to be BDC message call, right? That is the type of the message. What is the type of this BDC data? This internal table. You will be having this internal table. What is the type of this internal table? Can you tell me type of this internal table?
BDC data.
Yes, very good. The type of the internal table is also going to have the BDC data only. So just remember these 2 things. This IT underscore BDC data type table of, alright, BDC data. This is a standard structure, and another you have the IT underscore message type table of BDC MSG COLL. Okay, so this is frequently asked question. They will ask what is the standard structure. So this is the standard structure. It is having 5 fields. Okay. It is having 5 fields. Program number, program name, a screen number, field name, field value, and a start of the transaction. So 5 field it is having. At least you remember some, like program name, the screen number, field value, field name. That is sufficient. Okay. BDC message call. BDC message call. It is again having some different parameters here. For this parameter, not required to remember this one. They will ask. Generally, sometimes they will ask from this. The name is itself sufficient if you are able to remember the name. Okay. BDC data and BDC message collection. BDC message collection and BDC data. Okay. So to collect the message, this is the structure. Okay. To collect the message, remember like this. Now the question comes over here. You know that there are 2 types of BDC: call transaction and session method. So call transaction is fine, right? It's already automatic. In the session method, if you remember that first the session gets created, and that session we go into the SM35, and this session will be, under this SM35 we go and we execute the session from SM35. It's taking some time. Maybe I need to log in once again. One and okay. So it creates the session SM35 and you come over here and then you select the session, right? You select the session. Let me see if some new session is there. You can select the session and you start processing. So someone has created this session. Let me see when they have created. Transaction 3, this. So 2000, no. 11/9/2020. So it has been, let me leave this because maybe some other people will be using this one. Okay, let's suppose this transaction. Okay, so we go here and every time we'll have to come over here, right? Every time we'll have to come over here and click on this process button. It will ask for different option, right? We have to choose this different option. We'll have to select this. Suppose if you want, if you want to automate this, this selection and processing, for that purpose, the SAP has given that the program. Okay, the program name. Let's search program name to execute the session method automatically in BDC session automatically in SAP ABAP. Okay, SAP ABAP. So you'll get that program name. Okay, automatic execution. And here, if you just go and check out, the first you will have to get this is the how actually you'll have to write the program. Get BDC QID. So first you will have to know about the BDC QID. What is the BDC QID? So this is the BDC QID. So system understands this QID. So you'll have to pass this particular session name, and then that function module will give the BDC QID. So that's what. So with the help of this function module, you will be passing the session name, your user ID, the data type BDC, all these things you will pass like this, and then you will be able to get inside this table name of the QID. Once you get the QID, see in the second step, what it is getting from this, it is getting that QID and putting in one variable. Okay, So this is the step 1, get BDC QID. Step 2, get session info. So how to find the session information? So get session information for the QID from table APQID. APQI is the table which stores the QID information. So all the information it is getting for that particular QID into some, a structure, that is the session, right? So this session will be type what? APQI. This will be a structure of type this, so that all the data, because star it is using, it will be coming over here. Okay. Lock the BDC queue because you want to execute this one now, right? You want to execute this particular this one. So that if you are executing, another person at the same time should not be able to execute. So that purpose, lock. So session data type this from this session. This is going. Okay. Then you have to open the job, right? We are now going to execute the session. We are now going to execute the session. And when you execute the session, some log entries will be created, correct? If you here, suppose, for example, I'm going to execute this one. Okay. Just execute. What it is telling, the requested session cannot be processed. Why cannot be processed? Why cannot be processed? This is okay. This is not on my name. Maybe that is the reason. It's not allowing. Let me check if I can process this one. Okay. So it's telling it cannot be processed. Maybe some authorization issue or some problem will be there. That's why it's not allowing me. Okay. That's why it's not allowing me. Okay. So do one thing. Do one thing. In our program, if you remember that in our program we have created in that system, and their session method is there. So that others, can you check that that program for the BDC is there in that system or not? That SAP Cloud system. If you have the, I think you have the access for that. Can you check over there first? Like if you have that BDC program over there or not?
Okay, sir.
Okay. So here I'm not able to process. But the thing, what you know, that if something, right, if something is processed, right, the log is generated. And if you double click on this, the log will be, you will be able to see the log, right? Click on these logs and the log you will be able to see over here, right? Click on this OK button, and this is the log, processed, and here the total number of transactions, this information, right? So all this all are the logs, transactions, screens, what are the screens, what is the things has been, what are the transaction, what is the screen, what is the log. So all this should be written somewhere, right? When you are going to automate the things, you would also like to see this particular, stuff. Either you will have to come to this SM35 and will have to double click. You will get, or else programmatically, you can generate a spool, and from there you can go and check that. Okay, you will be able to see. Now see here, this is actually, they are trying to now automate the things. Okay.
Sir, I'm not able to find that particular program. Yes.
Okay, there's no problem. Leave that one. Leave that one. Okay, so just you saw that what actually I'm trying to tell, that here this is the log will be generated after the successful execution, and capture the same log, actually you'll have to open a job. Whenever whenever a spool is created, before that a spool will have to open a job, we'll have to connect the session, we'll have to establish the connection with the spool printer. Okay, so this is the job open, batch input, job name, side item, all this parameter we are passing over here. Once this parameter is passed, here this automation is that this is the program. This is the program. This program is responsible for executing the job. Okay, so this is one way that you can create a small program. Okay, these are the different steps it is given. You can use this step. You can just use this step, job flows, update session info, then delete the job. Okay. Any question? If there is no any question, please mute from your side. Okay, so I have muted you all. If you require any question, please let me know, because background noise was coming. Okay, so here the close jobs, right? Call function, this call. So once you execute this submit, under the submit we are calling that program, right, to SAP spool, and it will create a spool. You will go and you will be able to see under the LP01 transaction the spool after executing this one. Okay, copy this whole stuff. I'm just going to copy all these things and come over here. We don't have our own job, so maybe I don't know if we will be able to run it or not. Let's try to do this. ZMB 24 28th APR automate BDC. Click on this create button and just check it. Automate session BDC, actually session method 1. We are going to do this. Click on this save button, local object, and I'll just paste all the code from there, and here I will just try to correct. Okay, let's go and try to do this. Step 1, comment BDC, the session name, exporting the session name will have to pass. The session name is nothing but what? The session name is nothing but, this is the new, let me use a new one. Copy this program and we will run. Someone has created their program, we are going to run with our name, so that one session will be created for us, and that session we will try to execute. Okay, Control V, go into the display mode. Let's have a look on this program. GUI upload, BDC open group, BDC cursor. They are doing some vendor kind of stuff. They are trying to create the vendor. So when they are trying to create the vendor, they are passing this information. Okay, but I don't know, this is the listener number in this system, how the configuration and all is there. This field I will have to pass it. Okay, so that field I don't know which are the field. I need here the functional expertise to pass those field, so just leave that. We'll see here. Okay, step 1, get the BDC ID. Here the session name is nothing but the name is here appearing, this one. Okay, so the name of the BDC session group, this is the session group. So let's suppose this is, I'm going to pass first one, FinView1. So it is going to give you this particular value, QID. put it inside this session creator name, data type BDC, other thing looks good here, it's okay. Queue ID, so this queue ID, data queue ID, and I tab APQI. Okay, just go inside this and APQI tab. APQI tab. Where is the APQI tab? Tables, this one. This is the structure, right? This is the tables and this is the structure. So this will become a what? Internal table, right? So here data control V and use this one, control V, type table of APQI, full stop. So the data will come inside this and the data is reading from this particular things. So I'm going to use the new syntax. Okay, from this internal table, from the first record, the queue ID will be read, right? Or else what you can do, that you can read the ITAB read table. If you're not comfortable with the syntax, then what you can do that, okay, it's not supporting this one. You can see that it's not supporting. The syntax is not being supported. Okay, so NetWeaver 7.50, just to make sure that it's going to be supported, you should be on NetWeaver 7.50. I believe it is this kind of syntax supports from NetWeaver 7.50 onwards. NetWeaver 7.40 also there are so many syntax get supported, right? But here I think it is supported from NetWeaver 7.40 because it's not accepting, right? It's not accepting. So no issue. We'll use the old syntax. First we'll read the table, this one, copy this into data work area index 1. Okay, and this work area is going to have this QID, and this QID we can put it over here in this QID. Okay, now get the session info, select get the session info for the QID, that's fine. Select single star from into the session. This session, let's go and create this session. This is a structure, right? How I am telling a structure? Because single no here, and after into there is no table clause, right? If it is table, that means this is internal table. If it is not table, that means this session is your work area. So session type APQI. APQI full stop, select a star. Now it's fine. Okay, step 3, log the BDC queue, session data type, session group ID, good, fine, system failure. Now okay, step 4, come open job, data job name like this, job name here, give the full stop, group ID, job open, batch job group, batch input job name. Okay, so the job name you'll have to pass it over here, job name, some job name we have to pass it. So job number, job name, the job name they are keeping the same as the session group. Session name is this one. Okay, this one. So this group ID or that is the same thing. Okay, here step 5, they are executing the queue. Execute the queue using submit to report the. This is the important program. Just remember this one. Okay, you can directly go and schedule this program. You don't have to write this much coding and all. Okay, that is also one alternate way. I will show you that as well. And return if size of RC equal to 0. You are submitting this one. It looks good to me with this mods extended log and return call function job close, exporting if size of RC equal to 0, job close. We are closing the job. Update the session info. Update AKY means if this is everything is successful, then mark that the session is now successfully executed. Okay, so and this is what it is doing over here. Okay, this also cannot be processed, no problem. Commit work you'll have to do so that data will be saved into the database. If job not closed, then delete the job. Okay, BP job delete. So we are just it's telling that if size of is not equal to 0 for 5 or 6, for example, let's suppose some problem is there. In that case, it is just deleting the job. What we have created the job. If some problem is there, it is deleting. So it all depends if you want to delete or if you want to keep it. So okay, so if and here you can write the step 7, correct? If step 7 size of RC 0, or here you can give like else means if everything is fine, then execute this. Otherwise, whatever you have created this job and all over here, submit and all, this job created, no, this job open, this job we created. So whatever we have done for that, else you do this. Okay, delete the job. So else I have kept some modification I'm doing in that program. Unlock BDC queue, and now you can unlock the BDC queue because now you have successfully executed. So call function and this is fine. Check the syntax now and see if some error is there, then we can correct it. WSSN is unknown. It is neither in one of the session group ID. Come over here, WSSN. So WSSN group ID from where this is the session, right? Check now. And QID here also remove this WSSN. Here everywhere you'll have to use the session. There is no WSSN, right? But we have the session. Check now. Okay, here also WA and other things looks fine. So this session is nothing but the work area, only the naming convention we have. Okay, so incorrect nesting, it is telling exporting. Okay, after if else and if. Check now. Incorrect nesting before the end of the program, the control structure it must be ended with if. Okay, somewhere if we have open if else, this is fine. If servers equal to 0, close this job. Okay, close this job, or I think we can put it over here at last. Okay, check the syntax now. Now looks good. I'll be sharing this program with you. Activate this one. So this is one way how you can automate the if you have some session over here. So that session name here, I'm hard coding the session name. If you just mark that session name as variable p session type and the session, the session name will be what the correct data type will give. Okay, copy this, go back and give this one. control V full stop. Pretty printer, check the syntax now, and this p underscore session is more than 8 characters, so use this SCSS, copy this and paste it over here. So now I'm just doing the things dynamic. Okay, so now any session you can execute dynamically, automatically it will create a job. So let's suppose I'm trying to do for this MK01 master. Okay, copy this and paste it over here, and let's debug this program. Okay, so put the breakpoint over here and press F8, run this. BDC object select session, all this is going to pass, press F6. Okay, press F6, and here in this what the information and all is coming over here, right? Here you can see that there is no information coming over here. The region behind the parameter which we are passing it over here, actually psi uname I'm passing now. So this session, this particular session is not created by me, right? So it's not selecting. Okay, so I will just go and check if this is the mandatory parameter. Okay, so just press F8, go back, go here in this function module and check if this is the mandatory parameter, like client data type. All these are optional, right? All these are optional parameter, so that I can remove that one, this creation, all this is the optional. Only one is the mandatory. This is the mandatory, other thing is the optional one. Okay, so you can just comment it, right? Only one is the mandatory, correct? The import parameter, only this one is the mandatory, the first one. You can see the first one is the mandatory, other is the optional. So I'll see now, press F8, give this press F8, and now we will press F6, and here I'm expecting some value. Okay, this time also I didn't get any value over here, no value, right? No value. So no value it's getting. What's the region? Do one thing, we'll debug this one, it should give the value. Okay, press F5 and let's go into this and try to check out. So the name is fine, master, the data type. Okay, data type automatically it's taking BDC, client is 800, date from, this time session creator, default is a star, session creator default is a star. If nothing I'm passing, then it should take the star, that is fine. Actually that session, it is the system is not able to find that particular session. Okay, date and to, okay, date to side item, that is fine. Time to, this is okay. R group, build group ID, refresh APK, press F8. We will see why it's not. Actually it should fetch the data. Okay, so F6 I'm just doing, and the size of RC is 4, right? So here you can check why it's not getting. This is the table actually which stores all the information, that function module. So what is space p creator in r underscore creator is a star, sign option low high, nothing we have passed, correct? So nothing we have passed, so this is good. It should select everything. Q form ID space data type BDC space 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 space. Okay, so do one thing, come to this desktop too, and we will, you know, delete this one, and we'll see why it's not fetching the data. Okay, so the space is here, space, go here, APQI table slash so SC 11 or 16N I will go. Okay, APQI APQI. So this is the table, and destination system is a space, so blank. Target application is a space. Data type is data type, right? Star BDC. Copy this star BDC over here. So here it will be like what? It will be like this. Okay. Number of entries. Let's see. 696. There in the program we will have to use like a star this, but here you will have to use like a star. Okay, if you use percentage, maybe it will not show you even a single entry. Oh, 122 entry is there for this percentage BTC. Okay, so just press F8 and let us see what are those entry for this data type. So the data type percentage BDC. So actually, you know, here the, if we're going to write like this percentage BDC, what it will do, that it will consider this, you know, this is a wild card character over here. This is the wild card character over here, but such data is also over here. So I'm not sure how it works over here. This need to be checked. Okay, but however, with both this percentage BDC and that star BDC, right? If you give this star BDC, you know, the number of entries will come, this 696, and whichever is ending with the BDC, all those will come over here. Whichever will be ending with BDC. Okay, whichever, you can see this BDC, and if you just go back, go down, you will be able to see all the BDC which is going to be ended with the BDC. Come down. Yeah, you can see here only the BDC is there, right? Only the BDC is there, and at last BDC. Okay, so percentage BDC, here the percentage BDC, here, okay, data type they are using equal. Okay, their data type they are using the equal over here. They are not using like. If they will be using like, then 696 we are supposed to expect. Okay, 696, but here there is no like, that means they are using percentage BDC, and if that's the percentage BDC, in that case, you know, the problem may be, okay, this may be the problem. Okay, do one thing, here just remove this percentage, press enter, and this is one problem it seems. Let me run this F6. Size of RC 0, you can see this time it's giving the value, right? This time it's giving the value. So percentage BDC was creating the problem. Okay, so let's correct this. So other thing is fine, only you will have to pass it from here BDC. Okay, just go back, and here pass it BDC, otherwise it will take percentage BDC. Activate this one, Activate this one and now put the breakpoint over here. Press effect. If this time you will be able to get the data, okay, for all the information in K01. All the information is there in this table. You can see that now this time we are getting the information. Two records is there with this same two record, and the creation date is the same for both. This is the user who has created, and the QID. I'm interested in QID. Okay, we are looking for QID. So let's see here. QID. Somewhere will be the QID. Okay, somewhere will be. This is the QID. So the first QID is, this is one. So one is in the error state and another is in the success state. Okay. The one is in this QID is there in the successful state and this is in error state. So it is telling about the state. Someone may be trying to process this one and the second QID has been processed successfully, and this QID has been, unsuccessful. That's why it is coming into the E mode. Okay. So if you go and check over here, this QID is, this, I'm talking about this 29, right? So the 29, for the 29, if you just double click on this and if you go and check out its log, you cannot process more than one session with this function. Okay. Double click on this and here go to the log. So screens and all. So you can see that it is here in the error actually. It is having some error. Transaction is this to process. It has to process still current content. It is not properly executed. Okay. It's not properly executed. Okay. So still it has to process one. Okay. It is still has to process one. Okay. No other log. Fine. Go back. So we identify. Now it depends on you. You want to, like generally, if you have a new session, here we don't have any new session. I'm not able to create also. So that's why the reason. Okay. So here it will be some another state, new state, maybe N or U, such kind of state will be there. So let's assume this session need to be processed. So I'm going to, read this record, the first number record, whichever you wanted to process, the first record I'm taking, and then under the QID we will put this QID. Here you can see that QID we have copied now, and here this is the QID, and all the information we are getting from this APQI, and we are passing it over here. We have put the lock, it's 0, that means we have put the locked on that particular session. And now let's go and open a job. Okay, once you submit this program user this via job, this is the syntax to create the SM37 job automatically, right? You know that we can create the background job through the SM36 transaction and we can monitor through SM37, right? So there this is will automatically create the program. If you press F6, right, size about C0, that means it looks like it is successfully select valid variable, select BP and all these things. That's fine. Okay, size about C0. So job close. Now it will create the job. What will be the job name? Job name will be this, MK01 underscore master. The same as the session name. Go and check that job, SM37, and we will look into this job. Control V and run this, you can see that job has been created. One job at 4:50 was created because that time also I have run that complete program, and one just now at 4:55 it has created, but the state is cancelled. Why? Because we will not be able to process that session now. That is not on my name. Okay, that's why job is not successful. And if it is successful, we can mark it what? We can mark it as a successful, right? So everything the job was created successfully. That's why size over C0. Now I'm going to close the job, right? So job is also now closed, and I'm going to mark this queue as a successful because my job has been scheduled. Okay, so this is a successful we have put. And now if some problem would have been there, I would have deleted the job. Delete BDC QID. Unlock, sorry, here if some problem is there, we can delete the job from here. And now because everything is done, we can unlock the QID. Here at this point of time, if you try to reprocess, however I don't have a transition over here, fin underscore v1, right? Here if you just try go to new, and which one was fin underscore v1, right? mk0 underscore master, where is that? mk01 underscore master, it has come over here, right? mk01 underscore master over here, right? So you can see here mk01 underscore master, and if you try to process it, it's what the request cannot be processed. Okay, so no issue, you can try with one correct by creating your own session, BDC session. You can just try, and once everything is done, you can just unlock that particular QID. So this is the step you'll have to follow. You don't want to do this much programming and all, but I would suggest you to do like this. It's easy. Just you'll have to give the simply group ID, and your job will be ready. Okay, your job will be ready. Okay, so this is the automation I was talking about. Okay, I just pasted this code over here. Maybe you can go through this code and try to understand. And assignment, what you will have to do this assignment, create one session, BDC session, right? BDC session, and for that BDC session, what you will do, try to execute that BDC session using this program. Okay, try to do this. So it will schedule the job automatically, and it will process automatically. Manually, you can also do SN36. You can go and you can schedule this job by giving the proper variant. Okay, by giving the proper variant to this particular program. What is the program? This is the program. Okay, this program can be scheduled inside the job, but remember that you'll have to give the QID, you'll have to give this job name, you'll have to give this mod is equal to n, and this is some parameter. I don't know what is this. Okay, I think this is not mandatory. The second to this QID and the job name you must have to give. If you have any question over here, please feel free to ask, or else we'll meet tomorrow. Okay, so this BDC from my side completely, it's fully completed. This BDC, there is nothing left now.
Hello?
Yes.
Yeah, Pankaj, I have one doubt. Actually, import export parameters is there, not set parameters, get parameters. While debugging, where we can see those parameters import and export.
Where export parameter, Shiva? This one?
Because sometimes we will write the import parameter and export parameters in enhancements, no? Enhancements.
Uh, you were
Yeah,
talking like you were talking like export
import.
IT underscore
Import.
tab to memory, right?
Yes, yes. While debugging, where we can see in debugging means from where to where it is exporting and importing. That how to check those?
Okay, okay, good question. See, uh, actually, this is related with memory. So in SAP, generally from the programming point of view, the memory has been divided into two parts. Okay, there are several other memory like like role area, heap area. There are many other things. Okay, so that I don't know in very much detail. Maybe basis people, that is the work of basis people and all. Okay, but from the programming point of view, what we do and what we have is that memory we use in a two-way. Okay, one is the SAP memory and another is the ABAP memory. Okay, one is the SAP memory and this is the ABAP memory. So this is also known as the shared memory. Why the shared memory? Because, let's suppose you have a program over here, program 1, and if you want to transfer the data to the program 2 in the same session. Okay, same session means inside this program 1 you have called this submit program 2. Okay, in this program 1 you have called this submit program 2. So this program 2 is getting called, and because this program 2 is getting called, the link with this program 1 has been gone, and here suppose you have some internal table in this program 2, internal table or some variable or whatever. Okay, internal table or some variable, anything. So one way is that, like, this you are submitting this program and you want to get back its value, this internal table from the program 2 to this program 1. The session is same, right? Session is same. Session means a single session. Okay, this program 1 you run, and inside this program 1 this program 2 has been called. So single session. Inside this single session, if this is the case, you can use this ABAP memory concept over here in the single session. Okay, this ABAP memory concept can be used. Okay, you can use it. So what will happen, that whatever the internal table you are having over here, export IT underscore memory to some memory area name, you will give it over here. Okay, let's suppose ABC, I am giving the memory area, and once it will go into this memory area ABC, again in this program you can fetch this internal table data, right? This IT underscore memory, not IT underscore table, let's give table. This is the internal table. You export IT underscore tab to memory ABC. Okay, so in this memory, this IT underscore table, internal table will be there. Now this IT underscore table value, because I want to get it over here, So same internal table you will have to declare with reference to same structure. This internal table and both should be compatible, the basic rule, right? And you can write that import it underscore tab import to some syntax will be like this: import to it, and here suppose you have the internal table it underscore this table, this tab. This is internal table. Import to this it underscore tab from which? From this ABC. From ABC. Okay. Syntax I'm not sure exactly like this or not, but something like this. I will show you the syntax in tomorrow class. Okay. So this is the things: export and import. So here, like it will come into this particular internal table, and here you can use. So this is known as the ABAP memory. This particular concept is known as the ABAP memory. Okay. So this particular concept will be known as the ABAP memory. Okay. Now you have the SAP memory. Okay. What is that SAP memory? What's the use of that SAP memory? So SAP memory, see, if the session is same, then ABAP memory will work. If the session is different, suppose you have one program over here. Okay, you have a program over here, program 1, and again you have this second program, that's the program 2 over here, let's suppose. And this program 1 has been completely executed in a session. This program 1 has been completely executed in a session, and your session is over now. Okay, your session is over, and you have some data after this session you want to use. Okay, after this session you want to use some data into the different program or into some transaction. Okay, so for that purpose, different session you want to use. Okay, this program too. So that's where the SAP memory comes into the picture. Okay. So suppose from program 1 to program 2 you want to send some data. So set parameter is the syntax. Set parameter. Parameter will have a parameter ID you will have to define. Set parameter, parameter ID, field and field value. Okay. So set parameter ABC. Okay. Field value, something like that, the syntax will be there. And here you will be having the get parameter. When you were going to run this get parameter, get parameter, and then ABC you are going to use this. Okay, that field name. So this parameter ID is going to be unique. This must be unique so that system will understand, or whatever the latest content will be there, it will go and fetch into this program. Okay, so it will go, and once you run this program, if some value, suppose 10 is there into this parameter ABC, that ABC value 10 will, you can get into some another value. Okay, that is possible. So this is known as the SAP memory. So we will see some example tomorrow, and then this is actually part of this we didn't cover till now. I was supposed to cover tomorrow, I was thinking. So good. So this you have asked the question. Now in this you are telling like if some value is coming, right? In this your question is like that, if some value is coming, where we have written. Okay, we have written here. Control X and Control V. Fine. Okay, so here you are telling like your scenario is this one. You are talking about the import, export, and all. Right? Right, Shiva?
Yes, yes.
This is your.
While debugging, how to check from where to export to, from where to.
Right. Right. Yes, 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 yes. So you are talking like here we are having the import, and here you are getting some values. So just you want to check like from here this value is coming. So see, whenever the import is there, no, just before that some submit or some another call transaction or something, like generally you will get the submit. So you can just check out just before this import, you 99% cases you will get that submit some another program. Generally we use in this, right?
No, I mean enhancements. No, we cannot use a submit keyword. No, in enhancements, they will use just import export. Those import export while debugging, like a find out message like that. How to check while in debugger?
Yeah, so in enhancement, what kind of import export you were talking about? Import memory you were talking about or something else?
Import memory and export memory. In enhancements, many places we will use no?
Right.
From one.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. Yeah, I understood your question. So if you were using in the enhancement, see that memory ID will be there, some memory ID. Okay, they like ABC like that. Here I'm using some memory ID, no? So generally this memory ID is going to be unique memory ID. So what we do that, yesterday we have seen one program called SC38 RSTX trans, RS ABAP scan, RS ABAP scan. Okay, so you can go to that program, you can give that memory ID over here. You can give the memory ID over here, and if you know that that particular memory ID or like that enhancement is there, because enhancement is there certainly some custom development you are talking about, because the enhancement is there. So some export has been done in your custom development somewhere, that developer has used that exporting from that particular memory. So that memory ID you can give over here. Let's suppose that memory ID is ABC, for example. Okay, that ABC we can give over here, that memory ID, and under the the package name, better to select if that package selection, use this package selection as Y star or Z star. Nothing more than that will be there, right? Because you are in there in the a real-time project environment. So either that project package will be Y star or Z star. Select this one and just run it. It will, in 1 minute, it will tell you where that particular uh, memory ID has been used, and check out for that export things where export is written. Put the breakpoint over there and run the program once again. You will see that it will go and hit over there before the import, and by that way you can find it. So this is what I do. Okay, if you have to get generally I look out just before that if some submit keyword is there. If I'm able to find some submit is fine, else I will just go over here and I will search it out. It will just give quickly, and it will not be at many places, some 1 or 2 places it will be there. So only in result it will come some 1 or 2 places. Put all the places the breakpoint and check from where the data is getting. Okay, this is the approach we generally follow. There is no other shortcut as per my knowledge. Okay, this is the things you will have to do. Any other question? Is it fine, Shiva?
Yeah, it is fine, but actually I saw in Google while debugging only see that how it is exporting and from where to where it is coming like that.
No, there is no such shortcut. There is no
Okay.
such shortcut. I have tried. What you were telling, I have looked for that particular option in debugging. I have tried searching for that. I didn't find anything till now.
Oh yes, from debugging only we can see from where it is coming, from which enhancement to which enhancement it is moving, like that.
No, that is not, or else you can, means I don't have idea in debugging. One other thing, what we do that we put the trace, okay? So when we put the trace, just we look for the keyword import and export, because wherever import is there, certainly somewhere export would have been written. So when you put the trace, either ST12 or AC30, and you can just search under the ABAP trace, you will be able to find that particular export. So this is two ways generally we use. I use this one very frequently, and the one which I have shown you. Okay, here says many places this is not that the valid name ABC wherever the ABC was there, it is showing. You can just go and look out into this option. It is very handy, very useful. The one which is telling I have searched a lot, and till now I have been searching in debugging. In debugging we don't have any option. However, in front of you also I'm trying to search how to check if export memory option in debugging. SAP ABAP. Okay, it's telling open the special tool folder in the tree and select system alias internal only. In the second tab of this tool, you can now see a list of areas. Double click the memories, export, import memories area, or manually enter it in the input field to open the list of active memory IDs. Okay. So it is telling active memory IDs. From where it is getting how to see the value of memory ID. So value of memory ID we are not looking for. We are looking for from where that is coming, right? From where that value is coming. It is telling that you can watch out what is the value by this option, no? That a special tool option is there in the debugging. Just go here. And here you will be having the special tools option, right? Comment this, activate this, give some value. So here you can see that three kinds of special tool you are having. Here also you are having, suppose this tool. Here if you want to save this is very handy one, right? AC37.
Yeah, I cannot save with screen. It is loading slowly.
Okay. Now it is fine. Are you able to see?
Yes, it is loading program.
Okay. Now it's fine. Sure. You are able to see? No?
Yeah, I can see now.
Okay. So what actually it is telling, like I'm looking into some blog. You might have come across this blog only. So it's telling that open the special tool folder in the tree and select system areas internal only. All right. In the second tab of the tool, you can now see the list of areas. Double click on the memory, export import memories area, or manually enter in the area input field to open the list of active memory ID. So here it's telling what are the active memory IDs are there. You can see that active memory object explorer. Inside this, it's asking to give that memory ID over here. So if you give the memory ID over here, it will give you the maybe value and what is the value and all. Here there is nothing loaded over here, so it's not giving. So in the big program like MM01 or ME20 1N or ME29N like that, or V801, there maybe we'll be able to see many things over here. So it is talking about it's talking about to go to this new tool first. So that is special tool option, I will get it over here. So close first this one. Let me go to this desktop too. And it's talking about go to the new tool over here, second tab, and here the memory management. Okay, and here you have three application specific memory object explorer. So there they are using a different terminology. I believe they are talking about this memory object explorer. Under the special tool here, just a second, they are telling that system area is internal only. Okay, so here we are having actually the system area is internal only. So if we double click over here, system area, the contents, the area here it's telling to give that export and import memories. Maybe try this option. I have never tried this option. Okay, I have also searched. So it seems that you will be able to find if you just double click over there. I have not used this option, just to check once. I will also now try. Okay, I will also try because it seems that it will tell it from here, but how I used to do like that only. Okay, so I will try this, and maybe if I find that it is helpful, then I will let you know. Again, for that, tomorrow we'll see. We'll do this experiment tomorrow. We'll create two programs. However, tomorrow I'll have to create the two programs just to showcase that how the data is transferring from one program to another. And at that time, we'll try to explore this option. Okay, Shiva?
Oh, okay, Pankaj, thank you.
Thanks, Shiva. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. So, bye then. Let's meet tomorrow. Have a nice day. Take care. Bye-bye.